How you guys doing? Afternoon? Yeah, it is. Uh, I think I caught your cold. I don't have a cold. Wow. Yeah. Crude mooning. Yeah. Yeah. $5,700 is not exactly supportive here. 56.95 is a little bit. 90.95, they've sold some puts, but maybe not enough of them. Can you guys not hear me? Fucking thing is turned up all the way. It's because I can't raise my voice very loud. I'll just put my face really close to the microphone. Ban everyone who complains. Iran attacked Israel, so I heard. Volatile. Thanks, Lizard King. Israel's facing the third wave of missile barrages in just the last hour or so. Huh. We slip hard. It feels like the movement is violent, potentially trapping a lot of people to the upside. Yeah, it was. And yes, it did. I mean, there weren't a lot, but there were like bullish positions that came in yesterday above Gamma Max, which was stupid. Hmm. 7,400 still not very supportive here. Or 5,700, sorry. Ugh. It's a lot of negative gamma at 5,700, and that kind of carries all the way down to 56.85. There's some minor support at 95, but it's really not that impressive. To the upside, gamma starts to turn positive around 57.10, but things really need to get above 57.15 to get like a reversal on the day, which so far has eluded bulls. Ha ha. Praise be the Pickle King hath risen. Thanks, Winter. Staunch defense of GN so far. I mean, we bounced off it, which is usually the initial reaction to testing gamma neutral. We can still push through it. It's not like GN becomes more supportive after the first bounce. And the fact that that bounce was kind of weak, like it only took us up to like 57.16, is interesting. GN on the monthly at 56.92, on the weekly at 56.93. So they're both right about here. So you need a much bigger move to the upside and spot in order to get some support from the market maker. Right here, there's really none. And, you know, volatility is going up in kind. Liz, how you doing? Better. I did like a big sweat, which was kind of gross. Yeah, as of midnight last night, the Longshoreman went on strike. A red light machine? I'm not a prostitute, Jim Martin's wife. Sell the sweat in jars. Testing GN a third time. Yeah. 93, 92. It'd be really cool if this would just dump to 56.69. Got a nice straight path. There's really nothing in our way. It's at 60, 56.60. Could even go below it. Why not 56.25? I mean, it's not impossible, but it's pretty unlikely right now. Repo popped a little yesterday. Yeah, but today's is more important. You want to see it's continuing to ramp up even after the quarter end. Ramping up into the quarter end isn't very telling. Best I could do is 7 bounces on gamma neutral, close at 57.50. Are you holding far out of the money calls, Russell, my jimmies? I can respect that. Oh wait, I have a call. I have a put. I should put a profit thing on it. There we go. 12. 12's a good number. My lord, hath the day arrived to short Carvana? I don't think. I mean, okay. One could. I did close my calls. But an argument could be made if the Longshoreman strike were to persist that they will be the only dealer with inventory because all of their inventory is domestically sourced. There's not a lot of dip buyers. No. There's actually a lot of put buyers at 5,700. And there's not a lot of put selling either. Most of the put selling is under 56.60. There is positioning that's already in place here. And that's probably more important, but yeah, there's not a lot of resistance to the downside or support to the downside. That feels yucky. It does. But it's something to think about before shorting Carvana with a bunch of your money. Is Kenny a long short man? Oh my god. We should start a financial union. Get an ISDA, get some treasury market, prime dealer permissions, and then just be like, we're not gonna buy your treasuries. We're on strike. Unrelated, is the price of Billionaire going up anytime soon? I don't know. I've kept it the same this whole time. Probably should increase it. But I don't. Billionaires seem like Costco hot dog. Loss leader. I know. You put less effort into it than before. Into what? Billionaire? I used to do pickles picks once a week. Now I do them every night. Fuck are you talking about? Okay, now I'm raising the price. Fuck that guy. Just raise his price? I don't know how to do that. That was Gherk's alt account. Joachim, thank you so much, man. Welcome to Billionaire. Hit me up on the Discord. I'll get you added after the stream. Now that the flood's over and Tesla will begin manufacturing more chips in the US, you anticipate share price will be in 2026. Tesla doesn't manufacture chips. You mean sourcing more chips from the US? The US doesn't have any like 3 nanometer fabs or 5 nanometer fabs. We suck. Hallelujah. Hal crossed 30. Nice. Don't raise it. It will negate the coupon I got. 3 to 5 baggers just fall out of my brain all over the place. I can't even keep track of them all. And I give it away for $25 a month. Don't fucking complain about it. Otherwise, we can make a different deal. You give me $1 million. I take 5% just for holding it, and then 30% commission on all gains. I'll give you 50%. When oil short squeeze, probably around 74 a barrel. Best I can do is offer relentless glazing and a $3 GoFi. I don't want to make an ETF. I hate regulatory bodies. Like, maybe one day when the regulation doesn't affect me. But if I have to personally hands-on deal with FINRA, not worth it. Here's 50% of my port up front as agreed. Please be responsible and update me when it hits 5 figures. Very cute. Very cute, Brett. What's worse, regulatory bodies or economists? Same thing. Next stop, 85. I'll just don't let that cash settle. Fucking don't need to do anything with it. What's Microsoft doing? Yeah, that's the good stuff. I probably should have gotten less theta on this debit spread. Is that a debit spread? It is. It is. God, I suck. Look at those bags being made over at GMA. Yeah, I see that. They're going shopping. I probably shouldn't have bought puts out into November. Why? They're super vol sensitive. Unless they were close to the money. In which case, what were you thinking? My lord, is NVIDIA going to 113 as foretold in the prophecies? My 80 and 60 puts for 2026 would not mind that. Although I would prefer under 100. Remember that last Apple play in Pickles Picks, and you said it takes a bit of time? Hashtag stock god. Hmm. Kind of want to buy puts on Apple here. Might wait. But tempting. Starting to fill that downside gap. Like that. Guess I don't have to worry about those today. Ooh, is Nikkei going down too? Fantastic. Guys, look. It's got so much room to go down. Some idiot sold us 57.50 Ps for $4 per contract this morning. Let's all make fun of that guy. Even after I specifically said losing 57.50 could mean that we lose 57.20 and 5700. Yeah, who would do that? Imagine taking profits on a contract before it 10x's. Or 40x's, like yesterday. Even when I said re 57.69, 57.60 is possible today. Yeah, it's starting to look more and more likely too. I'm only upset that the market did exactly what you said it would the moment it opened. It didn't give me 5 to 10 minutes to prepare for ouchie down downs. Sorry. That's why I bought the debit spreads at close yesterday. I saw the stream card yesterday, but I didn't understand it. Who? Emu? You mean Mudang? He's a pygmy hippopotamus and arguably the cutest thing that's happened to the internet in years. I'm scared to Google Mudang on my work computer because it's my wife's computer. Fair. Wait, where's that guy who was like, I'm gonna overload 50-80 puts on QQQ for the end of the week? Congratulations, sir. Yeah, the cutest pygmy hippo ever. I'm definitely not putting that on her search history. She found a baby sloth the other day and hasn't snuggled me since. Just ruin it for her with stock talk. All right, Gherk, what happens next? Well, we either lose 56.85 and drop to 60, or we bounce back to 95. I don't think either one of those matters very much, right? I guess if we get back above GN, we could get a higher bounce, but gross. Gamma's negative. Why not just sell off for the rest of the day? 65 is a bit much. Shit's going down in the ME. What the fuck is that? The Middle East? Oh. Maine. I was like, what? Um, so I mean, but like if oil's rocketing, that's gonna be supportive for S&P a little bit. 5660. Sorry. Actually, technically speaking, 5760 is not impossible either. We would just need to get above 5715. Little wars all over are bullish, usually. Yeah. I say zero DTE volume for today is kind of low, weirdly low, right? I mean, I know it's the range that we fell to also, but yeah, there's no put sellers. I mean, that's just bearish. With fucking, that's more bearish than anything else. That's why VIX is at 20. It's good stuff. That's enough of a bear thesis right there. Bulls are waiting for a better spot to sell puts. Bulls are selling puts at 5660. That's where they're selling the puts. Ew. Go away, NQ. Yeah, they filled the gap at gamma neutral. Is it bull time? Oh wait, I have this contract. 801. That's not even that many. These pumps are bullshit. They're super erratic. Very spiky. I don't think I'm getting them anywhere, but there's still a shitload of bot puts at 5700. Ooh. Now we have more put buying at 85, 90. All right, cool. Nice little bear entry. Maybe see if we gotta lose GN again. Took a little bit of sold put interest at like what 80, 75. Oh, not fucking much. Squeezy time? Squeeze what? No, I don't think so. The last 90 minutes have been like this. Really fast green candles, and then we drop again. It's because there's a lot of resistance at 5,700. The big pile of fucking bot puts. It's kind of keeping everything stuffed. And then there's more bot puts at 90, 85, even a little bit at 80. Then below 80, sold puts all the way out to like 56, 60. Was Buffett buying this dip? He's still bailing on everything. Hmm. Roddy and Twitter just confirmed that they're done launching spicy rockets. War escalation and port strike in one day. Seems like crashes have happened for dumber reasons. Yeah, but there's been a lot of shit that's happened that didn't result in a market crash. There's no rational reason in my mind that we should pump. That's fine. That doesn't mean where you can't pump. GN on the monthly and on the weekly contracts are both at like 56, 92, and 93 respectively. So we're like right in spot. We're literally sitting on both the monthly and weekly gamma neutral. Market isn't looking good. No shit. I'm hoping you get better, Yurko. 3x daily gold today. Thanks for the pickles picks, despite being half dead. You're welcome. RP down 90 Billy. That makes more sense. Yeah, rates on the front end have been moving. They're moving back down today, but they moved up yesterday. Usually after the end of the quarter, you'll see some of the RRP pull back out. This bounce looks like dog shit. Next stop for ES 5706. Snap. Look at that. Rims and Tim's cares about you. He just wants to murder me himself. No, we lost the long-term trend on ES. We fell through 57.55, which was that's the end of the bullish range. I mean, actually 56.81 is the next major support. I don't think 5700 is all that important. But it's probably the next like minor level to watch out for. The Bulls have an easier time regaining 5700 before NFP with an overnight gap up tonight. I mean, Bulls would definitely prefer this stays above 5700. But I think the market's more likely to find buyers around 56.69. Like everybody who missed out on the bull run is gonna try to buy the dip at the prior all-time high if we test it. 57.33 was big and we bounced right off of that. Yeah, but weak bounces. It's not a big support. It's just a minor one. 57.55 is really important. We did bounce above that, but then we lost it again. Don't like the number of times we're testing the 5,700 bot puts though. Anything out of the money? Maybe some bot calls at 05, 10. Or should I sell this put? The big 4-0. Thank you so much. 3 ports down. Jesus Christ. Feels like a very long time. Other the market has gotten rid of the haters. Time to rip. Head and shoulders forming. Inverse head and shoulders off the bottom. It's not a very strong one though. Hmm. Nice. What's up, Nick? Oh, hold on. I'm coming. That's nice. Just slap that up over here. Fucking meta. Kind of short TQQQ. Did they find support? No, yeah. If we hang around here, why would you exit your TQQQ pits? That's no theta. No theta would be the answer, but still very risky. Hmm. We hang around here, we'll probably close somewhere between 57.05 and 57.15. Ah. Hmm. Interesting. Ooh. FSLR does not look good. This isn't really resistance. God damn it. No, bulls don't get bullish till 15. We gotta break 15. Otherwise, we're kind of just in the same position we've been in this whole time. We have a cleaner double bottom here, but I think 57.20 is important for the bulls for holding this range. It's a fat fucking penguin. $75 around 87. Bum, bum, bum. 2. Oop, that's the 15 break. That matters. That matters quite a lot. What about a call here? If it holds. Hold on. Yep. Side resistance at a little bit at 20 and 25. And then 35. Bull time? We gotta see if it holds. But yeah, 57.17's an important level for the Bulls. So if they're able to hold this and it doesn't just fail immediately, although the rejection was kind of hard off of 20, if it doesn't fail immediately, then they could push up higher. A little bit of positive gamma comes online here. So how much higher is a good question. Quite a lot, I think. Oh, that's the wrong double. Boob. Over here. This is pretty close to the top of the puts that were sold earlier to defend this level. So the puts may close now that they're back out of the money. I think that's the risk to the bull run. Remember, 57.17 at 35 is the level we want to see them hold. It's not so much it's just like mechanical, right? Like you push up enough and you get a little bit of momentum. I don't know. They never close. They always double down. No, frequently when they're deep out of the money and they go back in the money, they do in fact tend to close them. What's up, Turd? This could get rugged. It could, although it's looking stronger. Holding 20. 20 to 50. Ooh. There are bot puts at 25 though. Sold calls at 20. We'll see. Be honest, volatility is actually dark magic. It is occasionally arbitrarily priced. Did you not hear my Carvana bull thesis? Popcorn? No? No. Alright, never mind. Here's the bull thesis. It's the top holding in XRT. Shh. You're saying the quiet part out loud. Spend 2 years trying to run away from GME, only to find yourself right back in it. One second. Sure, but Carvana isn't running on fundamentals. No. No. You can look at their bonds if there's any confusion there. Mm. Hmm. Oh, it's off of the pits at 25. Well, it's trying. Could we still dump during power hour? We could pull back to the lower part of this range, but we're probably going to... Things are probably going to narrow into close. So we reject here. We could pull back to 5,700, and then the likelihood of closing at like 5,705 to 5,710 increases. But if we break to the upside here, we can run. Like a pretty decent run too, like 50. Hmm. That's an attempt, yeah. We're still struggling a little bit, but yeah, that's the breakout into more positive gamma range. Still shorting the fuck out of vol. My failure is less likely now, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, we still got a little bit of resistance here, but it's, I mean, it's bullish. We're pressuring it. And then yeah, 50, 30, 38, 32, 38 are resistance, but I don't see why not 50 from there. It's pretty neat that the market's never going down and Carvana's gonna take us to infinity. I don't think that's true. But Carvana could still test like 178 again, maybe 180. I think IRNT became a private company, and they're actually doing great now. What's Gamma Max for GME? I don't know. It's like 23 and change. It's not really pertinent. Yeah. Ew. Support. Yeah, this is fine. A little bit more call selling at the 30 strike. So some bears. Not, maybe not enough bears. I don't see a lot of out of the money calls coming in. 30 is turning into a bit of a resistance. Although I don't think it'll matter much if we can solidly break over 25. I remember when Boorish action would just disrupt the market for days, not like half an hour. Well, I mean, Willie, when when vol gets high enough, someone's gonna want to sell it. This isn't nearly enough of a pullback to open up a higher range. Why are bulls fighting back here? Because they got fucking rugged this morning on their positioning. All of the calls they bought out to like 57.75, 5800. Did I miss the Wub Wub Bear song? Tell me about your time as an ILA apprentice. Never worked for the Longshoreman. You loading up on Vega puts or still wanting VIX to go down? I would still want VIX to go down. It's only 2:30. I don't see any reason for the bulls to try to give up here. Do you think we grind up into NFP, then rug pull for the quarterly correction? I mean, a quarterly correction's not like a guarantee. We pulled back today pretty hard already after the end of quarter, so I mean, seems a bit loose. Looks like a confirmed breakout. It's confirming. Enough of a pullback to test 5,800? Maybe. Why should we expect ups into NFP? Why is everyone asking me ridiculous questions? We bounced off of GN and we're moving up a little. We're like $20, $30 off of gamma neutral. This is like the low of what the market maker had priced in for the day. There's still a surprising amount of resistance here. Like the range between 5,700 and 5,750 is pretty much wide open. None of it means anything. It's not more or less bullish or bearish. So I'm trying to assign value to things that are meaningless. Have you ever used that line with an axe? Probably. Hmm. Just fucking sitting here. I don't know. We're starting to get slightly more sold calls. It's not really very significant, but there's some. If we fail here, we can fall back to 57.10 at least. Could we fall back below GN? Probably. It's going to be hard for us to get below 5,700. There's a decent amount of support built at 5,700 now. Israel media quoting the IDF that they are retaliating tonight. Okay. What does kidney pain feel like? Someone's like stabbing you under your rib. In your back. The little knife. Like imagine like an evil leprechaun. I don't have a kidney stone. Carl. Oops. Starting to distribute out a little bit. We nice. Oh, almost. This job is boring. Yeah, it fucking sucks. It's looking like it's about to break one way or the other. It looks like it's starting to fail. Although, I mean, I guess support could come in and they could try to push again on the back part of the distribution here. Probably will. I'm getting quite a lot of sold calls at like 30, 35, 50, 30, 40, 50. Hmm. Hmm. That looks a little bit bearish. Maybe. Eh, not bearish enough though. I paved the roads. Oh, nice. Ah, excellent. Was it 20? Game is just fucking flat here. Bot calls 5,700 or 510, but no out of the money bot calls. They are selling the 20. Pretty aggressively, too. I don't know if that really matters. Hmm. Gamma between 20 and 25 is just flat, so it's really not much of a change on the bounce. Like we're not picking up like more positive gamma. It's just the same. Yeah, we'll see. Under 22 though, it's a lot worse for them. So that's probably why they tried to save it there. Let's see if they come in to try to save it again. So that's actually what matters. Bit of a sold put spike there. Gonna get choppy. Still sold calls at 20 though. Some sellers to push down, otherwise that's supportive. We're selling the 30 put, which is interesting. There's bigger resistance at 40 to the upside, which was the low support from this morning. How's NQ? power hour song? Sure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hmm. Red candle? That'd be spicy. I sold a lot of those 57.20 puts. Mm. Mm. Getting more and more out of the money sold calls. Under 25, charm's not very positive. So bulls are trying to push back against that by selling the 25, the 10, and the 05. Red candle or red rug candle? Well, we came very close to the rug part, but didn't get it. And now we're gapping again. Motherfucker. Oh, charm gonna stuff it. That'd be cool. Oops. Hmm. These little bounces don't seem to be discouraging the call sellers very much. Gamma's starting to fall off pretty steeply to the downside. I would like to see more 25 puts bought. Yo, win down. Also, win Carvana down. I don't know why you're short Carvana. You've been short Carvana for weeks. Or 2 weeks? 1 week? I don't remember when you bought it. What's so special about trading Carvana? Nothing that I'm aware of. Come on, squeeze out the short puts. Woo! Yeah, there you go. A little bit more of that. Nice. Still trying to save this shit. Let's see if NQ loses 20K. And there's probably nothing wrong with shorting Carvana if you have theta, but I mean, there's an argument that if the longshoreman strike is to persist, that, you know, as far as inventories go for autos and auto parts, Carvana could be a big beneficiary of that because all of their supply chain is domestically sourced, because it's all used cars. Okay, Guac, I lost it all on Carvana pits. I closed them. Time for tears. Or just wait till you can confirm that it's moving down. You're trying to like fade the top on it, but the top is like 200. So you're trying to fade like somewhere between the bearish confirm and the actual bullish positioning. I've been so historically successful in fading the top though. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I'm right this time, or I'm wrong. Either way. Are you just saying you closed your Carvana put so the stock will go down? Lorca, welcome to Billionaire. Thank you so much. Hit me up on the Discord. I'll get you added to the country club after the stream. Holy fuck, this downside is so grindy. If we were to lose 57.15, things get kind of bearish again. Bulls are fighting back against every little bit of this. Really trying. Wonder if I'm being greedy, trying to get more than 10% off this. Probably. But they sold so many of these puts. And they sold so many of them in the money. And now they're not in the money anymore. Well, they're not out of the money anymore. Huh. Ooh. Just going for the taste. I don't see anything particularly wrong with a breakdown to a little bit of a breakdown. It's major support on NQ. Gap to the upside. Hmm. Did we fail to fill the gap? Okay, we filled it that time, right? $322. So expected move here. The only problem with losing this level is the market maker is kind of content here. It's not that bad. It's probably going to be a fairly choppy close. Still more call sellers. Under 25, less than 30 minutes left. Bulls always were rewarded for being greedy. Why not bears? More bulls. They don't always get rewarded for being greedy. Very frequently they get fucked for being way too greedy. Sometimes they get rewarded for being greedy. The call sellers are important because of charm. So the more calls they keep selling to the upside, the more the delta decay is going to push it down on price at spot. If we're getting more sold calls than sold puts, that's an issue for the bulls. However, back at 25, it's less of an issue. Mm. 77.25. 359. equivalent high, but not a higher high. Not be enough time left. 328. Oh, that's tomorrow's OI. Not very significant. Some bot calls at 25.20, few at 40.50 for tomorrow. But also bot puts at 25.20 and 50. We're selling some 5700, 5690s for tomorrow. Most of the positioning for tomorrow is down at like 5610 and 5600 though. At least so far. They're selling puts down at 5610, which isn't gonna have much of an effect on spot. And most of those were probably sold earlier today. The path of least resistance here is definitely down, but support at 20 is still kind of holding shit up. I don't think yesterday's close in reverse, but like I think like a drop back to 15, maybe 10, and then like close at like 15, 16 would be reasonable. It's still really dependent on losing the 20 support, which we almost did before. So a lower low here would be it. First confirmation would be a breakdown of 57, 20, 70. We failed the breakout, which is a good sign. NQ's pushing with a little bit more volume into VWAP. Vol's turning up a little. So we're getting some of those in the money short puts closing. Maybe giving up on 30 a bit. But we need to pick up momentum, which requires we lose the minor support at 20. Or just NQ loses 20k and dumps, which is a possibility. Fucking then the SPX positioning doesn't matter at all. I would say NQ looks a lot weaker anyway. Too early for predictions for tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably gonna be pretty lame. We don't have a lot of data. I mean, unless we close under 5,700 or something dramatic or lose it overnight, I don't think tomorrow's gonna matter that much. We might get some nice intraday swings, but we'll probably end up roughly around where we're at today, right? Still selling the fucking put. These people are insane. Did they not see NQ just dumping? Like, what the fuck? Alright, this is where gamma goes negative. So if we're gonna slide 57.15 is where it would happen. Dumps. Jesus, how many puts did they sell? Why are they so scared of this? Oh, a lot. Okay. Well, that sucks for you. Shouldn't have done that. 5,700's possible, yeah. Hmm. Nice. 10's got a little bit of support, but not very much. Hmm. Yeah, gamma's still negative. Stop loss hunting. We're getting actual support. NQ looks like it wants to sell off to like the lows of the day. It looks terrible. If we start to squeeze this, this is like the big pile of short puts that came in on the bounce. And now gamma's negative. Market maker is pushing down on the falling price. Saved it. Gamma's neutral here. Oh, flat. Retesting the lower trend. Hmm. Too much profit taking. So I'm gonna push harder. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna wait for this to resolve. Someone's bidding up the puts here, so. Hmm. Ooh, short puts closing on the bounce at 20. Two. Hmm. Hmm. Nope. Fuck that. I'm not gonna play with this in the last 15 minutes. Too much leverage. What's your favorite scary movie to watch in October? I don't really like horror films. They usually suck. This is kind of a fun day. I don't like the end of it. Fucking choppy bullshit. I'm not gonna take the chance with 15 minutes left to close. It's too easy for the Bulls to just like rocket it like up the positive gamma to like 57.30. And also too easy for the Bears to just tank it back down to like 57.10. I just don't want to mess with it. Does Sharknado count? I don't think so. There's some end of day setups that are just not worth playing. I was probably right, and I should have just stayed in the puts, but I'd rather just take my fucking $100 a contract and walk away. If it does tank to 5,700 at close, I could be pissed about it for the rest of the day. Too early for strangles. Probably too risky that we just close at 57.15. Right, so if we fall, short puts get squeezed. If we bounce, short calls get squeezed. Which means the most likely close is nothing fucking happens at all, right? When do you think we 1929 crash? I don't think we're gonna 1929 crash. It's excessive. Any thoughts our meta might be headed this and next week? How would you feel about flat? Can cat bust through 400? It was the last sold calls. But probably. Cat looks like it's starting to top out though. Like it's accumulating sold calls, and those sold puts are starting to fall off. Bought calls are taking profit. And SPX, we could test 5,700 into the end of the day, or we could also bounce. I went over that already. Flat end of day is the worst. Well, I mean, it's just going to be hard to squeeze the 57.10 and '05 sold puts. Not that we're not trying, we are. But also, if they do squeeze a little, right, the long puts that are coming in might take profit, and then we can bounce really hard off of it too. Ooh, squeezy. Careful of a bounce. Why is VIX so high, but market is so close to all-time highs? Demand for vol. And SPX is close to all-time highs. NQ isn't. Ooh, Microsoft shit in the bed into close. Nice. I didn't get stopped out of that. Cool. I wonder if I should close this before tomorrow. Hmm. Nice. Turing doesn't avoid broker fees. Usually the fees are a bit higher if you settle, like cash settle the option versus closing it. Depends on your brokerage, but What's going on with Hum today? I don't know. They're getting fucking wrecked. Is their dividend? They paid their dividend today, it looks like. They announced their third quarter results. Well, they announced the announcement of their third quarter results. I wonder if I should start buying the dip on that. Ding ding. Yeah, so we didn't end up getting the 5,700 test. Bulls were able to keep too much of their positioning from squeezing off. But we did get a lot of netting of positioning at the lower market maker expected move at the end of the day, which is kind of what we did up here, right? Like that whole hour or so that we spent just fucking trading right here. This is where the market maker had priced put options at the beginning of the day, right? So all the put sellers that got blown up this morning, this is where they needed to like net out, right, to price in their risk. And then we failed after that. That does imply that we could get a continuation tomorrow to the downside. At least, if nothing else, another test of GN, which has probably now risen a bit. A failure of GN, then we could start to move into that like 56, 69 range that I discussed being so important this week. What happens at 56.69 will probably determine like the next couple weeks of price action on the SPX. Futures managed to hold the long-term support and to close here, but we did slip it on the intraday. This highlights the importance of the 57. This should actually be at 33. 57.33 level, but right, that's where I have it on WeBull. Hold on one second. Yeah, 57.30. That's 57.33.50. There. But another failure of 55 is going to reopen that for another test. Obviously, this is like a bear flag. It's not super bullish. And although we did get an initial failure, we may get another one, possibly in the overnight session. I don't think there's any super important data here. We got Japanese consumer confidence, which might have some effect. We're gonna have EU unemployment in the morning, which could end up strengthening the dollar if it's worse. I think 8:15 a.m. we get ADP employment change, which if it misses or hits by a wide margin, it could be really important. It looks like analysts are kind of all over the place on it. Some are forecasting like a drop to 90K, others a bounce to 120. So yeah, I mean if it hits either of those, that would probably have some impact in the pre-market. But the intraday, not much. Just a bunch of Fed speakers. I don't think anyone's going to say anything too shocking. Obviously, we have some escalation between Iran and Israel that kicked off today. That's been a big driver of oil prices. We saw a huge spike in commodities. Commodities futures shooting up to like 105. So a little bit of possibly shorts getting squeezed out there, but ultimately it ended up closing up the day 150 points, which isn't too crazy. Oil up 327 bps and back above $70 a barrel. Gold, silver, copper up. Agricultural commodities rising. Industrial metals are still down. We've got yields falling well across the entire curve, but a little more strongly on the mid and back end, so like the 5-10 and the 30. With the dollar rising, dollar back above 101.2, which is a major support level. Correlation starting to break down. We're getting got a pretty big move up in correlation today after a few weeks of it slowly grinding lower. So some of the short vol in the index breaking down, some of the long vol in the underlying securities also breaking down. Forward yield on volatility picking up with that, now at negative 5.45%. Still not positive, but rapidly moving there. Yesterday's close was down around negative 11%. So bond vol moving up a bit alongside correlation. Skew continuing to fall. This is a pretty bearish signal. I should check it every day. Skew continuing to fall, but still, way the fuck above like the average, right? So it's got a long way to go down before it gets remotely bearish. 75.9 for F. Oh, sorry, skew. Which one did I miss? All of them? Yeah, whatever. Here, I'm just gonna look at them. 5.94% of the S&P above its 20-day moving average, and correlation between VIX, cash VIX, still breaking down on the daily, but increasing on the weekly. So yeah, I mean, that's starting to signal a little bit of a spike in vol. They're fighting back against it, but it's not working. VIX up 15.55% today, and VX up 8.62. I'm pretty sure we slipped into backwardation briefly today, and the VIX 3-month is in backwardation, which may be way more significant. I don't know if that is a Fed Fund Futures roll. I'm going to assume it is, but pricing in 0.465 rate cuts into the beginning of 2025. So does this matter? Yes. We've actually now rejected off of the top of the diamond here. We still haven't broken that 50. I'm gonna highlight this because it's so important. We still have not broken that 56.69 level from the prior month. That's the prior all-time high. The first test of that, I think, could be bullish, right? So like I kind of think what can happen here is, we move down over into the back half of this week, right? But then we find buyers here, and then we bounce, get a lower high, and then fail. I think this outcome is more likely, but with the Longshoreman strike and everything going on right now, it's possible that nobody wants to come in and buy that dip, right? We just keep dropping. So the behavior of the index as we test that level is going to be really important. If we immediately bounce back to 5,700, we probably got another couple weeks of like, or at least another week of like, bullish like breakdown. As lower high is realized and those bulls get fucked. But if we just kind of slam through it and test the EMA 30, we're probably not going to find any buyers. We'll just keep breaking down. So I could see us actually like breaking down here, right, into November, and then getting another end of year rally. But and then like Q1 25, whoop. But things are bad enough right now that we might not need to wait that long, right? Unless there's some resolution to the Longshoreman strike. That's that's the Fed and the bond market's worst nightmare, right? Oh, you can do it, Nikkei. All right. Anyway, thank you guys. Everybody have a lovely night. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully on time. I'm starting to feel quite a bit better. So just had to get some sleep, I guess. Thanks, guys. All right. Later, everyone.